GW4GTE for a final. Yeah, certainly hope so. It sort of faded away, didn't it, a week or two ago, and that's come back again. I guess if I read the words, it would be to do with probably a nice active cluster of sunspots that are rotating round. So it'll probably fade again over the Christmas holidays and then come back. I don't know, but I'm sure it'll be back again, and cross propagation good over the winter season. I thought last year that was going to be the last of the decent propagation. Not that 10 metres did an awful lot, but really pleased and surprised really that it's been so good this year. So several QSOs in place now, so see if we can pick one or two more up. I've got lots of chores I should be doing, but hey, there's no one standing over me, so I can do what I like, so I'm playing radio. Cheers, Warren, see you soon. Thanks very much for coming back to the CQ. K2ORS GW4GTE. Yeah, 71, all the best for now. And this is GW4GTE listening.
Alpha 3, Romeo Echo.
Yeah, AA3RE, GW4GTE. Just getting you a little bit high of where I am. I'll get you more like about 013. Okay. But yeah, I know we worked before. I'm just trying to put the details in the log. There we go. Yeah, the last one was 18th of last month, and I've got in the log at least a couple of times here. 3 times I can see straight away, Peter. So nice to bump into you again. Using the same system as before, modified 440 sugar into a stepper, Perseus receiver. Different speech processor. I'm using an experimental processor, not the sort of more fidelity one. This is more of the XE one I'm playing with. But anyway, AA3RE, GW4GTE.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, Dave. Yeah, we have worked before, and nice to see you on 10 a.m. once again. You're really doing fine in here this morning. I just turned the equipment on, let it warm up. The filaments are hot, and first contact here this morning. So nice to see you here with such a banging signal in here. You're 10 to 20 over S9 over here, no trouble at all. And I'm using a bit of vintage gear here. Multi Elmac AF 67 is my transmitter. D104 microphone. It's a homebrew amplifier, a pair of 250 TH tubes that I'm running, and gets me about 250 watts carrier to a 3-element TA33 Mosley. The receiver is a Hallicrafters R-274D U.S. Army Signal Corps radio from 1952. It's also known as the Hallicrafters SX73. So that's the station situation on a very cold morning here in Pennsylvania. We had snow a couple of days ago, so there's a couple inches on the ground. They're calling for a few inches more tomorrow. Just cold today. The high today is going to be 1 degree Celsius. +1, and right now it's about -4. So good day to warm up the filaments and get on the radio, Dave. GW4GTE AA3RE.
GW4GTE, yeah, roger, Peter. Okay. Doesn't sound too good on the weather front over there. We're in a short-lived spell of mild air. It's, I think it's still above 10 degrees centigrade, and it has been fairly quite mild the last couple of days, which is nice. But tomorrow and the next couple of days, in fact the run up to Christmas, they're talking about stormier weather. Nothing too dramatic down here. I think a lot of high winds further in the north towards Scotland. But the forecast at the moment for tomorrow is still mild-ish, but quite cloudy and quite a bit of rain. We're looking at gusts up to at midday, predicting up to 56 miles an hour, which is no big deal really, but breezy, and quite a bit of rainfall. So if that's right, that's not good, because I'll be working outside tomorrow, not far from here. So looks like I need my wet weather gear. Okay, on the Elmac transmitter and the Hallicrafters receiver, I'm familiar with the names and not familiar particularly with the model numbers, but great that you're using the vintage gear. I don't have much vintage gear at all here. Just at the moment, but I'm always pleased to work people using the gear and restoring it and hearing about it and how it sounds, etc. But I don't have the sort of workshop that's got boxes and boxes of valve type spares. It's all transistor type, solid state sort of spares and stuff. Well, I am of the valve generation, but most of my home brewing has been with MOSFET stuff. Like I build a lot of Class E transmitters for AM, and the maximum voltage I've used on that is about 50 volts. Still gives you quite a kick, of course, if you get the RF in the wrong place. Okay, so back to you then, Peter, and great to work you again. Good to see the band in such good shape. I'll see if I can get a couple more in the log, and then I've got some stuff that's probably pressing, but I'm okay for the time being, for the half hour maybe, if the band holds up. It tends to be fairly short-lived, doesn't it? It's gone like flicking a switch. AA3RE, GW4GTE.
GW4GTE, AA3RE. Yeah, very fine, Dave. All on that. Yeah, I sort of stumbled upon the valve equipment. We call them vacuum tubes. You guys call them valves. So I'm just going to stick with the term that's normal to me. But of course, you know what I mean. This kit, the valve transmitter that I inherited, I sort of always fooled around with shortwave radios, and I've always liked the older tube stuff, and I've learned how to keep the tube stuff going and repair it, and I understand the circuitry. It's very plain and easy to get into. And I have a lot of solid state equipment, but that's all, I use it all on sideband and FM and digital modes. Doesn't really lend itself well to AM. A couple of my rigs don't even have the AM mode in them, so I found that these vacuum tube radios just do so much better on AM, and they're the only ones that I can resurrect and restore. I'm a tinkering kind of guy, and I can't really tinker around so much inside the solid state radios or resurrect dead ones, but I can resurrect dead vacuum tube radios, so I sort of gravitated towards that and found it a great bit of fun. Just like guys restore old cars, I'm starting to restore these old radios. I'm not going to get too carried away. I got this one I inherited, and I picked up a couple of more, and try and just keep those going, and refine them and make them all nice and everything like that. I'm not particularly staunch AM vacuum tube only guy. I've got plenty of modern gear over here. I just happen to have fun on this, especially since it's recent restoration stuff, and the last solar cycle I ran around working the world and had a blast, and this solar cycle I didn't really feel like doing all that, and I decided I was going to run the antique gear here and just sit down and have a chat with guys, and it's working out that way, although the conditions ain't quite as good as they were last time around. So anyway, we'll let you go, see if you can work a couple of more. I know the window is kind of short. It only seems to be a couple of hours, maybe 3 hours, 9 to 11, maybe 9 to noon if it's really good, working the guys east of here into Europe. Around 11 o'clock or noon it flips to the south and to the west of here, and you guys pretty much drop out of it. I guess that's well after sunset when it's noon here. Okay, Dave, thanks for picking me up. Nice to see you here on 10 meter AM with good conditions. I'll dial around and see who else we hear coming from your side. GW4GTE, all the best, my friend. AA3RE.
Okay, Peter, GW4GTE.